I'm not doing that.
Well, how's it going, movie fans? Welcome back to the channel. I am DL Vince, and welcome to my first family review. First family review I'm doing on my channel. I have my brother and my mother here. This is Mother Osana. And,
Hey.
and this is my brother Colin.
Hey.
Delayed reaction, okay. So today, I thought it would be great to do a family review for two movies. We recently watched both Coming to America movies. So, we're going to give you a review for the first Coming to America, and we're going to do a review for the second one, Coming Number 2 America, because Coming Number 2 America recently came out this past weekend as of this recording. So yeah, I decided to have a little family discussion about the movie, have some fun, and yeah. So overall, when it comes to this movie, I know it's been it was like a huge hit back in the day. This was before my time. It came out in 1988. I wasn't born. So as far as hearing about the popularity of this movie, this is something that I didn't get to see till like years later. I watched bits and pieces of this movie when I was like maybe 11 or 12. I know it's a rated R movie. It's not a movie I should be watching on TV, but it was on because I think my family had it on or whatever. So I watched bits and pieces, so I didn't really get the full experience of the movie until recently watching it here with my brother and my mom. So overall, watching this in full for the first time, I gotta say, this is one of the most hilarious Eddie Murphy movies I ever watched. I really enjoyed Coming to America. I can't believe it's been this long and I haven't watched this movie. Like, I had a blast watching this. It was really enjoyable. Well, Mother Osana, what did you think about the first Coming to America?
I think I had a different reaction when I first watched it back in the 80s versus the other day, because again, this was my, I don't know, maybe fifth time seeing Coming to America, maybe. So, and I'm not the kind of person who likes to watch the same movie over and over again.
Yeah, she does not believe in rewatchability for some reason. Like, that's how you can tell how good a movie is. If you want to watch it over and over again, that's how good a movie is.
Okay, well maybe it was my third time watching it. But anyway, I got more excitement out of watching them see it to see what their reactions were going to be. But you know, it's still a good movie, had some laughs, and that's what we wanted to do. So yeah.
Colin, what did you think about Coming to America?
It was fine. I mean, I didn't laugh like all the way through. Well, not all the way through, but some bits and pieces. But overall, it was a good movie.
Okay. So overall, the premise of this movie is Eddie Murphy plays a prince of Africa called Prince Akeem, and it's like huge royalty. He's rich, has a bunch of money, has land in like a forest or whatever. He lives in a huge castle, and he have a bunch of servants attending to his every whim. And his father, played by James Earl Jones, which I thought is perfect. You get the voice of Mufasa to be the king of Africa. So, Eddie Murphy's character Akeem is getting ready for him to get married to a princess and eventually become king. But he doesn't like the royalty life. He thinks it's, he wants to do things for himself. He's tired of having a bunch of servants serving him every 2 minutes when he doesn't need them, and pretty much he wants to marry for love. So I really like the premise of the story. Like, when it comes to royalty, prince and princess movies, we could talk about the Disney movies, for example. It tends to follow typical formulas and stuff like that. Like, the hero comes to save the princess, blah 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 blah, or the prince is trying to find the one true love. They get married in a day, blah blah blah. But I like that with this premise, like I like that the prince is saying, he's tired of the royalty and he wants to practically live an ordinary life. So I found his character really engaging, and it made humanized him more because with the larger than life palace that he lives at and all the servants or whatever, and his father's a king. Like, it helped to really ground him as a character. So I really liked him. What did you guys think about Eddie Murphy in this movie?
Let her go first.
Well, I just wanted to say I agree with you. I think Hakeem, that's his name, right?
Hakeem, yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to break traditions, the mundane, your parents will arrange marriages and keep the royalty with royalty per se, and he was tired of that. So I like the fact that he came to bust things up. He wanted to be self-sufficient, and it was a good twist to the ordinary royalty storyline.
I don't really watch Eddie Murphy movies that much, so I don't really know if this was no casual Eddie Murphy or something, or.
Have you seen Nutty Professor?
Yeah.
Did you like him in that?
It was weird.
Did you like him as Donkey in Shrek?
Yeah. Donkey, actually. Yeah, Donkey.
And Dr. Dolittle, whatever?
Yeah.
Norbit?
What?
Norbit?
Norbit?
Yeah.
What's Norbit?
Oh, we gotta watch that.
Oh boy, that's another one we gotta watch. But anyway, go ahead, continue.
So I don't really know if this was like different or just casual Eddie Murphy, but just watching performance, he's a good actor, I can tell. So he was a good performance.
Yeah, and then we talk about his assistant, Arsenio Hall's character Semi. I thought it was pretty good. He was pretty good. He's the snarky. He pretty much playing the snarky best friend of Hakeem, and I thought he had some funny stuff here and there. I do like his chemistry with Eddie Murphy's. Some of the best parts of the movie, and also when they're playing other characters in this movie, because that's what Eddie Murphy's thing. He likes to dress up and play other characters. So I especially like the chemistry when he's playing the older guys in the movie. I thought it was pretty funny. But as far as Semi himself, he's fine. He's fine. You are more of an Arsenio Hall fan than I am. I haven't seen that much material from him. So how did you feel about him?
I felt like they were the perfect duo. And I also felt like he was more than just fine. He played his role. He played it well. Even the other characters that he played, like the preacher.
I was dying.
Yeah, that was very good. The old man in the barbershop. All he did was eat. Seemed like every time he was in a frame, he was eating. But I do think him and Eddie Murphy play off each other very well. I love to see that duo. I hope that, this other movie that they just did this year will lead to other roles or other movie, roles that they will, pair up to do. Because they're funny together. And they have a real friendship off camera. So that, I think, contributes to the way they play off each other. You know what I'm saying? Even looking at some of the clips, some of the bloopers afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't think it would have been as funny unless it was David Chappelle playing Arsenio's character. But I don't think it would have been as funny if Arsenio wasn't his right-hand man.
For sure. Like, definitely as I said, the chemistry between Eddie Murphy and Arsenio, it's electric whenever they're on screen. It's really funny, like the back and forth. When we're talking about their other characters that they play, the barbershop guys and the old white man, like, okay, that's the stuff where I'm like, okay, this is typical Eddie Murphy stuff. Like, I feel like that's where he's trying too hard. Like, this stuff reminds me of some of the clumps in Nutty Professor or Norbit. Like we're just like, okay, this she doesn't feel like a character. It feels like a cartoon. But like when you talk about the preacher and the
Singer.
yeah, the lead singer of Sexual Chocolate. Sexual Chocolate. Like that's when I had, it took me a second to recognize them, especially Arsenio playing that preacher, because at first I didn't know that was him, and so it was like I thought that's a good transformation, you know, they do when they try to dress up and stuff like that.
It was a bit weird, like especially that old white dude. I didn't even know that was him.
Me neither. I mean, I guess that's technically another good performance, but I'm like, huh? It's like I'm surprised this movie didn't get canceled. Like, why is he playing this white Jewish man? Like, oh no, that was crazy. But anyway, I thought it was cool. James Earl Jones did a good job playing that oblivious father figure. You know, this trying to do the best for him because he's a prince or whatever, and he's not truly understanding what Akeem wants. Like, he's just, you know, dead set on you need to marry a princess and become a king, and you don't need to worry about love because the princesses will do anything you want. There was that funny scene when they're about to marry that one princess dressed in gold, and Akeem takes her in the back and asks her, what kind of stuff do you like? And she's like, anything you want, prince. And just keep doing that, and then he tells her to bark like a dog and do monkey sounds and hop on one leg, and she does that the entire movie. It doesn't stop. With black movies today, you don't normally see that type of royalty when it comes to, you know, the black movies. So I think this kind of unique premise and stuff like that, and just like the overall setting of their palace, I thought was really nice, and all the assistance there for Akeem's character. I thought that was funny. There's that one scene where when he's taking a bath and one of the females is clean his private parts is like the royal penis is clean, Your Highness. So that's where that thing comes from. I heard that line before, but I didn't know where that was from. So I was like, okay, that was funny. So when it comes to them going to New York, that's where it started getting a little silly for me. Cause like the whole thing of Akeem trying to go to New York to find a woman because, you know, he doesn't just want a princess that does whatever he wants. So it's like, it's kind of far-fetched to me that Akeem never did research on other countries and never taught other, you know, never was taught about other ethnic stuff. So I found that really far-fetched. And then you had the typical fish out of water story with Akeem and I forget Arsenio. What's Arsenio? Semi, yeah, with Akeem and Semi going to New York, and they don't know anything about the customs, and Akeem being all oblivious, whatever, and like, it was funny at first, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking, why does he not know this? You know, it's like,
he was 21.
Yeah, okay, that's not
and never been out of his country.
I mean, true, but it's like what's his education like?
No,
you
but
know?
if you were to go to a different country, would you be familiar with all of their customs? Just pick one.
Well,
it's the same thing.
That's true, but however, like, since he doesn't know that much about America, it's him being overjoyous about everything that's going on without fully understanding what's happening. Like, he's enthusiastic of a curse word he doesn't even know. He doesn't know what. He's a teenager, but I'm just gonna curse. He doesn't know what fuck is. Like, he's like, fuck you too, and all the people there is like, will you shut the fuck up, blah 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 blah. I'm just like, why does he not know about curse words or anything like? There's no curse words in his land. Like,
if it is, it probably won't be fuck you.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and then like,
it probably
really,
will mean the same, but it won't be pronounced the same. It would be a different word.
And it's like, you're gonna pick up garbage and you're astounded by somebody tossing garbage and stuff like that, and then you're just gonna let all your luggage stay out in the middle of the street.
I mean, they're rich, so it doesn't really matter.
It don't really matter. Like, if they didn't really care, but it's like, I don't know. It just felt like, I mean, I don't mind him not knowing everything because yeah, he's from another country. But just for it felt like a typical Disney cliche. Like you know, when they do fish out of water stuff, they're over astounded with everything in the real world, and they don't know what's going on. And they get themselves in danger, or whatever, because they're so oblivious. It just feels a bit dim-witted to me. But like,
It's reality.
if this is reality.
It's reality.
I
mean, most people that will go visit another state, let alone another country, they wouldn't know that. Yeah, okay, he probably didn't do any research. He's 21 years old and doesn't know anything about surviving because he hasn't had to survive. All he had to do is exist. And he doesn't know anything about poverty because he has everything, including his face, on his own currency. So my thing is him not thinking that he would have to protect himself in another space or his things. That's not far-fetched. That's like reality. Like, you know, how would he know that Queens in the middle of the hood would be the one place where everybody is trying to survive themselves, they looking for a way to come up, and then they gonna take whatever they can. Like New York now is the place where you can't just walk down the street without looking like an oddball because they don't know if you're from there or not. They don't know if you're a tourist or not. So you have to. But that's an American thing. That's not. I mean, now, kind of, you probably can get that on the world news, like, hey, watch out for New York, you know, or watch out for Detroit, or watch out for Chi, because they get killed, 500 people a week get killed in Chi-town, you know, but some of that is exaggerated and stereotypes.
I guess. So, I mean, I can understand it to an extent. I guess for me, it's just like, I guess today, because it's 2021, it was kind of far-fetched for me. Like, even though he lives in another country, it's just really strange that he didn't do any research before going to another continent, you know. But that's just a nitpick thing because that, with him being so oblivious, it had some of the biggest laughs in my opinion. So when he's trying to rent out an apartment and he wants the crappiest one and it's like it has rats and stuff like that.
Has
like,
a dead body in there.
Dead bodies and it has the tape outline and stuff like that. So I thought that was funny. And them trying to get a job at McDowell's, which is a blatant rip off of McDonald's, but they're aware of that. That's a running joke in the movie. So thought that was funny with them working at that fast food restaurant. And then him just interacting with people at a basketball game, that's hilarious. And even him just being so over enthusiastic about everything, saying hi to everyone, but then like the mad neighbors are just yelling at him, whatever. And so I thought that stuff was funny. Talking about the actual girl that he finds, Lisa, played by Shari Headley, I thought she was pretty good. I wouldn't say there's too much to her, really. I mean, she's fine, I guess. There's some nice chemistry between her and Eddie Murphy, so even though it was kind of abrupt, a little bit abrupt with them, you know, just falling in love immediately, like, their chemistry was good enough where I was like, I was okay with it. And then, like, the whole situation that Lisa had with that other guy that he was dating with the jerry curls. You're so glow. That's another thing I heard in pop culture. I didn't know what that was, and it's in this movie too. That was hilarious. Like, just have this product that you spray in your hair. It gives you the jerry curl, but it makes your hair so moist that it you know. There was one scene where they're at a party and like the guy's mother and father and I think grandmother was sitting on the couch and they all had jerry curl products in their hair and they were sitting on the couch, and when they got up they had a stain on the couch, and I was like, okay, that's really funny. But so yeah, I liked Lisa in this movie. What do you guys think about Lisa?
She's fine. Not anything special or anything, but she's fine.
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yes, that's it. That's all.
Hey, not much to say about that, you know?
I mean, he came to America to look for an intelligent woman, someone who had her own mind, and he found her.
But I find that kind of weird. He just fell in love with her because of the speech.
It wasn't the speech per se. It was the fact that she had a brain and she was able to articulate the causes that she was fighting for and the worthiness of the causes. So she was taking, action to be about her own journey. And so he's used to women in his kingdom that will be about his journey, whatever it is. They didn't have a personal identity other than doing whatever the men told you to do. And she was different. That's why.
And that's the one thing I liked about it is that, he didn't just go up to a random woman and be like, you're the one. Like, there's even a scene where they go to a bunch of clubs and they meet a bunch of women who also have their own mind or whatever, but they're kind of strange or whatever. So it's like, I like that, he didn't just immediately go to the first woman that he saw. He actually had to, go through some women and find out which was the right match for him. And Lisa fit the bill for the most part. So I liked that. Then we have the whole liar reveal thing. Like, I felt like, he should have been. I mean, I know the whole point is that, he wants Lisa to like him for him, so I understand why he didn't tell Lisa that he was a prince. But it's like, women like when guys are upfront and honest about stuff. So it's like, I don't know. The whole misunderstanding thing, like, I was just like, okay, we didn't need that, to be honest with you, but had to set up somewhat of a conflict there. So I guess I'm okay with it.
I feel that he just overdid it with the, trying to keep his identity secret. That was just too much over the top, especially when he learned from other guys like Louis Anderson, who played the white guy who worked the counter at McDowell's. McDowell's. That women love gifts. They love men to buy them things. And so, of course, he went out and bought some ridiculously crazy ruby and diamond earrings, right? But still, that was as an anonymous person. So you already know that she's going to like the fact that you can afford to buy her things. But yet you're still trying to keep your identity secret. So I think they just overdid it.
Yeah. So like this thing, it just felt a little bit inconsistent. Like you're so quick to put like a huge donation for her business, whatever, and you want to buy her jewelry or whatever, but you don't want to tell her that you're a prince, and it's like, that's something important that you should tell your significant other before you start marrying them, because you're a prince of a country. Like that's life-changing, exactly, and it's like, and then on the off chance that she's not ready to move to Africa all of a sudden, so that's something you gotta keep in mind there. But as far as Lisa's dad, didn't care for him really. I don't know, just he was kind of weird to me. When he finds out that Akeem's a prince, like, he's just acting all weird, trying to get money from him and whatever. It's just like, I wasn't feeling him that much. There was some good scenes with him here and there, like when he's defending Lisa to Akeem's dad. So I thought that was good, whatever. So he's not completely heartless, but there's just some weird scenes with him. What do you think about his dad?
But didn't really care for him that much either.
Yeah.
To me, he was just there, honestly.
Yeah.
They had to show some offspring, show her roots.
Yeah, I mean,
They didn't show her having a mother, so it would have been good.
Let's just assume the mother died.
Well, yeah, just assume that. But then we have to remember the age range of these people. Akeem or Hakeem, what's his name?
Yeah, Akeem.
If he was 21, then she had to be around the same age. So around that period in your life, you most likely, live with your parents still. So it had to show some kind of relationship with her nurturer. But I don't think that he was really weird. I think he was the typical father who just wanted the best for his daughter. And it seemed like he may have had to work very hard to get to where he was, even though what he had, what he had, he felt as though it was a kingdom, just like Hakeem. He felt like he had, built a whole kingdom in Africa, but, compared to Hakeem, you want better for your kids. That's all it was. And so at the time he thought Soul Glow was the best, but it ended up not being nothing compared to being a prince of an African kingdom.
I guess. And then it's like, what other thing? With him trying to get Lisa and the Soul Glow guy is Daryl. That's his name. So it's like they confirm an engagement without talking to her. Like that's kind of out of character. You don't just do that, I mean, even though you do want the best for your daughter, that's something you talk about with her. This is not the 1960s, man. It's like, that's something you talk about with your daughter. So it's like that was just really strange to me. But I guess give more motivation to why Lisa doesn't want to be with Daryl. So I guess it had to be there. But I just felt kind of weird about that too.
Her sister. Her sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now she was weird.
Yeah.
she's literally a hoe in this movie. Like she's
just a thirst bucket. It's hard to be the little sister of. I guess they were trying to portray this beautiful older sister who always gets the guy.
I think the little sister was prettier than her.
Could be, but I think they played the stereotypical roles of light skin versus dark skin.
Yeah, we just gonna open that can of. We're just gonna open that, huh? Yeah.
No, because you can tell that she felt a little inferior, right?
Yeah.
That she always gets the man, and I mean, so if she acts strange, it's because of her own insecurities, and I'm sure that was written into the script on purpose to bring more, entertainment to the screen. You have to have something to shake it up between siblings.
I mean, yeah, that's true. And I'm glad there's somewhat of a payoff at the end because she ends up getting with Daryl, I guess.
Just sleeping with Daryl.
Yeah.
How do you know they didn't do more than that?
I mean, we don't see it.
Well, that's true.
I mean, it could have happened, but we just don't know. They were just like, okay. But yeah, so I wish there was a little bit more for her sister. Like, could have set her up with Arsenio, because that's what it seemed like that was going to be. Even though that was a whole liar thing, because he's saying that he's the king, not Akeem. So that was kind of dumb, but could have done something with that. But whatever. At least she got some, right?
Yeah.
The moral of the story. But yeah, so overall, I think that's all I gotta say. Anything you guys want to bring up before we close it out?
No, I think it was a pretty good black fairy tale movie. Basically, that's what it was. The prince finds his princess, and they live happily ever after. But of course, it's always some adversities you have to get through when it's a princess story. You have to toss it up a little bit, make sure that there's some journeys along the way to make it interesting, so that they can ultimately end up together at the end.
That's true.
Because I think that's just the happily ever after. That's always the goal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we didn't talk about Akeem's mother. I thought she was really good too. She seemed to be the only person that really understood what Akeem wanted, and helping to get his dad to understand. So I really liked her. I wish she was given a little bit more to do, but I know she's the queen. She plays in the background with the king. That's normally how it goes. But I thought she was pretty good. But yeah, I think that's all we have. So overall, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, if you treat this as like a fairy tale comedy, African comedy. I thought it worked really well. It's one of the more unique black movies I've seen, and I can't believe it took me this long to watch it. I'm glad I did. I thought Eddie Murphy was really good. I thought Arsenio Hall was good. I liked the story, even though there could be some really silly moments at times. I thought there were some really funny moments at the same time. Like James Earl Jones, like everybody in the cast for the most part. Overall, I will give Coming to America a B+.
Oh, we're writing it now?
Yeah.
Oh,
You want to go next?
no, she can go next.
Why?
Cause I want to.
All right.
I guess I can agree with that. B+.
Okay.
Just a B.
Just a B?
Yeah, it's just a B.
All right. So that's our thoughts on Coming to America. What did you guys think about it? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Comment below and let us know. So the next one we will be talking about is Coming Number 2 America. So tune in for that when it comes out. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to be updated on future videos I'll be doing, please hit that bell while you're at it. But that's all we have for you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.